Today we'll be exploring the idea of incorporating different perspectives across multiple disciplines. I first heard of this idea from Dr. Sandra Kaplan from the University of Southern California and have worked with GATE teachers in the district to further develop the idea. My name is Beth Luttrell and I'm the coordinator for California Teacher Induction in the San Mateo Foster City School District. Let's build some common literacy. This is a poem by Shel Silverstein called Mooncatchin' Net. It comes from the book A Light in the Attic. The Mooncatchin' Net by Shel Silverstein. I've made me a mooncatchin' net and I'm going a-hunting tonight. I'll run along swinging it over my head and I'll grab for that big ball of light. So tomorrow just look at the sky and if there's no moon you can bet that I found what I sought and I finally caught the moon in my mooncatchin' net. But if the moon's still shining there, look close underneath and you'll get a clear look at me in the sky, swinging free with a star in my mooncatchin' net. Let's draw a frame that'll help us focus attention on the poem in a variety of ways. The first question I might ask is how an astronomer might respond to this poem. This isn't just a guess, but rather an opportunity to learn something about the field of astronomy, the study of stars. I would begin by giving students a word bank of language from the astronomy discipline. These kinds of lists are readily available online. Once I read the poem with the lens of an astronomer and see this list, I'm curious about how eccentricity is a word related to the study of stars. A quick search, taught me that eccentricity is a measure of how an orbital deviates from circular, and that Earth is one of the planets with the least eccentric orbit. That idea sparks curiosity about how the orbit around the axis and the orbit around the sun might affect my mooncatchin' net. And anytime we can spark a student's interest, we have sparked the potential for learning. Next, I might study the poem from the perspective of a naturalist, focusing on patterns and ethics. Again, I would begin by helping students consider the work of a naturalist, using precise content and academic language related to the field. While this could be done in a few minutes by brainstorming ideas, it would become the source of meaningful challenge for some students. We could also scaffold and explore how a linguist might look at patterns and structure of the language, or how a sociologist or psychologist might respond with details about social interactions or personal journeys. This could be done in a group of 4 where each student takes a different role, or by dividing the class into 4 groups and having small groups research and present each of the different perspectives. The middle part can be used in any way you wish, as a place to record notes or ideas as different groups present, or as an idea for writing a position after the study, or as a place to write your synthesis of ideas. When I introduced this idea in a classroom, I used the parallel ideas in James Thurber's book, Many Moons. The center of the frame could talk about parallel ideas or paradoxes or convergence of ideas. Here's my reaction to the poem. There are times when imagination is more powerful than science, and many times when imagination provides the fuel for scientific advancement. Sometimes when we let ourselves, we can reach for the moon, and sometimes when we do that, we catch something much bigger and brighter than anything we could have imagined. Think about ways that you might use this idea in your own context. You might describe music from the perspective of a dancer, a chess player, a physicist, or a poet. You might describe a chemical reaction from the perspective of a mathematician, a sociologist, a geologist, or an artist. You could describe the Roman Empire from the perspective of an archaeologist, a geographer, a mathematician, or a gamer. You could describe subtraction from the perspective of Cinderella, an astronaut, a geographer, or a historian. You might switch it up and describe social media from the perspective of an ant, a lion, a tree, or a pet dog. The sky is the limit. I hope you catch a star. If you have any questions, please email me. Thank you.